Hello there. My name is Murray. I'm with my co-host Corey, and we are the Real Guys. As always, I'm accompanied by my co-host Corey. How are you doing today, Corey?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
We're here and we're ready to give you another slapping episode of a Shrek slaptastic spectacular. Isn't that right, Corey?
Yeah, I mean, this is it. This is the trilogy. This is the end of the trilogy of
Yes, of
Shrek.
course. We promised that we'd deliver you every single Shrek film for the archives. So we've done Shrek 1 and Shrek 2. Now we're on Shrek the Third from 2007. Maybe we should perhaps reminisce on our own memories of Shrek 3 because it was the first Shrek film I actually saw.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think it was the first one I saw, but it was the one I owned on DVD, so it's the one I watched the most.
Yeah, I think I had it on DVD as well. I think we would just bring it onto every like holiday.
Yeah,
We'd bring it every holiday and we'd always end up watching Shrek 3. I'm just reminded whenever I watch this film of like the smell of like a musty car
yeah.
and those mints. What are they called? Those like caramel mints.
Those mints,
Those mints, yeah.
caramel mints.
The caramel mints that they've got a very distinct smell. Do you remember them? You like have them on like in bags.
You want about like Werther's originals?
Yeah, yeah, Werther's. Yeah, Werther's mints. Yeah.
Okay,
I could always smell Werther's originals whenever I watched Shrek 3.
nice.
I know, but we always used to have them in the car. And we always used to have them in the car. And my grandma used to eat them, like loads of them, like en masse. And I remember hating the smell. Like detesting the smell of them.
Nice. Yeah, I love me a good Werther's original.
Oh no, I hate it. They're not even mints.
Never know. That's why I got confused.
They're not even mints. They're just ugh. Anyway, we have Shrek 3
Yeah,
from 2007. So upon watching this film, now I watched this film a few weeks ago. I've got some notes down,
yeah,
and I'd like to mention that this film it really brings out the supporting cast.
yes.
I like the gingerbread man, the wolf, the three pigs. They're really fun in this film. They steal the show definitely, and also so do Donkey and Puss in Boots. I think they're more compelling than Shrek is in some ways.
Yeah. To be honest, yeah.
What do you think of the cast that was brought together for this film?
I mean, we mentioned this in Shrek 2, of the fact that there's other characters that are in this, and they're actually quite good. And I feel like at least Shrek 2, one of the things it does well is it keeps that going
Hmm.
throughout the film. It keeps them secondary kind of like background characters back, and it keeps them with that story, and it at least brings other people rather than like the first one, which is Shrek, Donkey, Fiona, and that's it. It at
Yeah,
least adds
yeah,
these other people. And obviously you get new people, like we mentioned, Arthur, um, which is, if you don't know where it's going, obviously Sword and Stone, King Arthur. This is
yeah,
where it's
yeah,
calling
yeah,
back to, keeping him with that fairy tale theme that Shrek
yeah.
loves to do. But no, I like it. I like the characters in this film. I like that Prince Charming's back
Hmm.
because he's actually somewhat of a decent villain. Sorry, Lord Farquaad.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, I think that yeah, I liked Fairy Godmother in Shrek 2.
yeah,
I think she was well, Prince Charming was kind of like a secondary villain almost in Shrek
he
2.
was.
Whereas now he has centre stage, but they still harken back to it. They still call back to Fairy Godmother, and he's like, "Oh, mother, I missed you, and I'm going to do this for you, and I'm going to take far, far away," kind of thing.
Yes, I like the fact in this film, his whole thing is right. I'm gonna go to that tavern with that woman who is
Yeah.
voiced by um, Jonathan Ross in the English version,
Mm.
and I'm gonna tell all these people, I'm gonna rally them up, and we're gonna fight Shrek in this massive
Yeah.
war.
We're going to take
Essentially,
we're going to take on this that scene. No, no, that scene terrified me as a child. I was constantly fearful of flying trees landing from
yeah,
above. You know, I was constantly fearful of that scene because of how they play it. Because they're having a baby shower and all the princesses are together and they're all like all happy and singing and dancing, and then like Dragon turns around and like roars to the sky and everyone's like, what is it? Everyone's looking up to the sky and there's like the sky is like black with witches and flying people on broomsticks and flying trees, and they drop the flying trees. But actually, there is jokes in this that I did you count your laughs for this film?
not on like note form.
I did, and it was only one. I
Oh,
only laughed once in this film, and it was at the end, and it came courtesy of the trees. There's one of them that says when Arthur is giving his look. Yeah, we're not going to review this chronologically.
yes.
When Arthur's giving his big speech at the end, he's like, you can be better. You don't have to be bad. Um, and then one of the trees goes, yeah, you're just saying that from a point of privilege. I am just a sentient talking tree. And I laughed at that because I thought that was quite funny, because obviously, yeah, someone would have that thought of, hold on, you're just you could say that because you don't look like a giant talking tree
Yeah.
kind of thing. But I'm I think I don't know if they've thrown more jokes or less in this film, but
Well, not the main joke, but another main part of this film is like I think about halfway through, Merlin's in this as
oh yes,
well.
he is Eric Idle.
Merlin's in this.
There's two pythons in this film.
Yeah, because you can't have Arthur without Merlin.
Yeah, yeah.
And the main part of this, at least, is like Puss in Boots and Donkey swap bodies,
hmm
and they just swap for half the film, which I guess
Yeah.
is kind of interesting.
Right. Okay.
I didn't mind that. Other people are in this as well. Captain Hook's in this, because again, of course, he is.
He is, yeah. I like Captain Hook in this. He's got his little he has little attachments for his hook. He's got the little band, whatever they call it. There's a name for it.
Yeah.
A little band stick. He's got a little sword on it, and he's got a little hook. And
You also have the other various princesses that are in this film.
yeah, Rapunzel's in this. Snow White and Sleeping Beauty's in this, and she's always asleep. And
Yeah.
yeah, nice little cast that they bring together. A couple of my favourite moments, I'll list them down. The first one is when Shrek and Donkey get to the school, when they get to the academy, and they get into the big hall, and the school band starts playing All Star.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? Start playing a rendition of they start playing like a rendition of like a pep rally All Star. I thought that was funny. The bit where the gingerbread man is sat at the table, and Captain Hook like threatens him, and his life flashes before his eyes. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And he's like him being like baked, and he comes out and he's like, ah, and then he has a wife and he's dancing with her. He's dancing with her in the fields, and I feel that was a fun bit as well. I don't know whether it was a reference to Monty Python, because there were two pythons in this film,
Yeah.
but parts of the play, they're like using the coconuts as the horse hooves, like they did in Holy Grail.
I mean, the ending of the film's a bit
Yeah,
nah for me anyway.
yeah, I can see that.
Like, Charming and Shrek are having this showdown, and like, oh look, Prince Charming stabbed Shrek, but he hasn't. It's gone through his arm, and it's not
Yeah.
actually, and like we're gonna push for this tower because Prince Charming's doing a musical onto Prince
Yeah.
Charming. There you go.
Did they kill him?
I don't know.
Was he crushed by that tower? Where is he now?
We don't know. I mean, we'll know what happened to Lord Farquhar because he appears again in a ghost at some point.
Yeah, he does. So he got eaten by the dragon.
Yeah. So he's canon, not alive anymore.
Shrek. Shall I tell you what happened? Shrek villains are always murdered in horrible ways.
Yes.
I think Shrek is not love and Shrek is not life.
No, I don't.
It
I
is,
don't think he is.
It's it's not very happy in the Shrek world. The Shrek world's like ruthless. You're a decent man trying to own a castle and get a princess. You're eaten by a dragon.
Yeah.
You're a prince trying to wait. No, hold on. You're a fairy godmother trying to grant wishes and make potions. You get exploded. You're the begrudged son of that fairy godmother who's trying to get vengeance on the people that's wronged you. You're crushed by a falling tower.
Yeah.
But you've got to respect that Prince Charming's only goal is to just put on a play where he gets to murder Shrek.
According to the DreamWorks animation wiki from Wiki
Oh yeah, I'm glad that exists.
apparently he is still alive.
Oh, is he?
Yep. He's not. He's still alive. He's still going.
Oh, fair enough. So he's alive then. All
He's
right.
alive. Yeah.
But obviously, the next film we're going to do is Shrek Forever After. I've
Yes.
debated whether we do the musical. Would you want to? Because it's there. You can watch it. It's there.
Yeah, it's fair.
Because well, no. The real show philosophy is that if it's on a screen, we can review it.
Yes.
So that means like, TV shows, video games. We've done an episode on that before.
Ah, okay. It is unknown whether or not Charming survived his apparent crushing, although he is seen alive in the Thriller Night audience.
Right.
I
So
don't
he's
know.
so-
I don't know what Thriller Night is, but it's in the
Is that
audience.
is that like the Halloween Shrek special?
It's probably like a yeah.
So he is alive then. If you've seen in the audience, that's the amount
Yes.
exactly like him. You just said he was in those credits.
He appears in a flashback in the end credits.
Oh right, okay, well right then.
Yeah.
So we don't know then.
We don't know. No one knows.
But
Maybe
my
Shrek
point
5 will tell us.
okay, maybe it will do. Maybe Shrek 5 will tell us. But he comes back as a cyborg. He's half of him's like been crushed off, and he's a robot Prince Charming.
Terminator.
So, yeah, he's got the Terminator skull face. Anyway, it's the rule of the real show is that if it's like exists in a cinematic form, we can review it.
Yes.
So that counts films, television shows, video games. We do wrestling pay-per-views as well, pro wrestling, and basically anything that has a modicum of cinematic of quality. We can review it and give it a watch. So would a musical count if you could watch it? It's like Hamilton. Would you review Hamilton?
I think musical counts.
You think musicals count? Like, could we review Hamilton perhaps in the future?
We could, yeah. Hamilton counts.
Hamilton counts. Okay, let's review Hamilton at some point. A couple of weeks.
Yeah, we'll do Hamilton at some point.
Yeah, we'll do Hamilton. Oh yeah, because he's got that new film out, hasn't he? With Lin-Manuel Miranda.
In the Heights, yeah.
In the Heights, yeah. We'll do Hamilton. Why not?
There we go.
When does that come out? Can you find that out?
In the Heights is out now.
Is it? Wow.
In cinemas,
Okay,
it's
right.
out now.
Hamilton then. Hamilton then. A couple of weeks, folks. We're just making plans as we go, Corey, aren't
Yeah,
we?
we are.
We're coming back with a vengeance. We've been off for a couple. We've been off for a couple of weeks. Corey's been sick, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But he's feeling better, and we're going to come back with Hamilton. Why not? Hamilton and that the 2003 Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Is it good to reveal our plans already? Why not?
Yeah, it'll be alright.
Why not? For you, listener, for you, dearest listener, anything. So yeah, we'll do Hamilton. Musicals count. Then we can do Shrek the musical as well, can't we?
Yes.
Let's actually take it back to the film we're here to review, right? Would you like perhaps a slice of trivia?
If you've got
Is it
some
trivia time?
I'll take some trivia.
Sure. Is it time for trivia? Knock knock.
Who's there?
It's trivia.
Oh, trivia who?
I don't have anything
Oh.
for that. It's just trivia. Trivia time.
Trivia time.
TikTok, it's trivia o'clock.
What
right?
you got for us?
Right. Do you know this had the biggest box office opening of any animated movie up until Toy Story 3 in 2010?
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. And do you know that there are 2 instances of the film having the famous Wilhelm scream? It's heard once during the bar fight in the tavern where Prince Charming enters, and it's heard again when the dragon throws a witch into some more villains when they attack the castle again.
Yeah.
So, and I can do a pretty good Wilhelm scream. I'll give it a go. It goes like this. They go, "Ah!" There you go. It was released exactly 6 years after the release of the first Shrek in 2001.
Yeah.
May 18th, 2007. Happy birthday to whoever's birthday that is. It was the last film of the franchise to introduce completely original characters, though not from fairy tales. So I don't know exactly who was original, but
Good question.
yes, this is the first Shrek movie not to be directed by Andrew Adamson, who directed the last 2. So and I mentioned the 2 Pythons, Eric Idle and John Cleese. They're reunited in this film. The first time they've been together since splitting Heirs, which is in 1993.
Jesus.
So, do you remember that?
Hmm.
So that's and they don't even have a scene together, which is a shame. I wonder if I like to think maybe in a headcanon that Merlin knew the Frog King.
I mean,
I think last week, for some reason, last week I remember talking about during Shrek 2, talking about the Monty Python.
we have. Yeah, the thing is, we have definitely spoke about Monty Python before, but I can't remember when it was.
It was during Shrek 2. I felt like John Cleese was in that film, and I was like, it was my rec.
Yes.
So I wrecked a Monty Python film.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I wrecked Meaning of Life. It's your week. It's your wreck this week.
It is my rec this week.
So you better have something ready for that.
I do have something ready for it.
This is the last Shrek movie to feature in a 1.85:1 aspect ratio.
Wow.
I know. I'm
Devastated.
and also this is my favourite piece of trivia. Are you ready for this, Corey?
What you got?
It was produced under the working title of Shrek 3.
Nice.
When I got the Shrek 3 DVD,
Yes.
I think it came with like a plush donkey.
Right.
And I had it for years. I had it so much that by the time we threw it out, it looked like it had been mauled.
Mm.
It was so tattered and stuff. It wasn't taken care of really, but it was so adorable. It was like the baby Yoda of the time. It was such an adorable little thing, and you could collect all five, and because you have different coloured eyes.
Right.
They all have different coloured eyes. One has like green eyes and blue eyes and yellow eyes and kind of thing. They've all different coloured eyes, and because they all look the same, and you. I don't know which one I had.
Yeah.
But one of the five. But I can remember you collect them. I only ever got one.
It
came with a DVD.
I'm trying to look for it now. I don't know where it's gone. I have Shrek 3 merchandise. Actually, I have Shrek 3 chess.
Shrek 3 chess.
Yep. That is
Boy,
this.
that's the thinking man's game. What pieces do you have in Shrek 3 chess?
Right. Okay. So I'll run through the pieces I remember, and I'll quickly do a Google for Shrek 3 chess so I can tell the others.
Okay.
So the pawns on the good side are donkeys.
Yeah.
On the evil side are trees.
Right. Yeah.
Then you've got obviously Shrek's the king, and Fiona's the queen.
Yeah.
And it's the same, well, similar on the other side. It's Prince Charming and Rapunzel, I believe,
Oh, nice.
are king and queen. Arthur is the bishop, I want to say. Donkey's the knight.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And the dragon and the castle is the castle.
I also remember the Nintendo DS games.
Yeah.
Of the Shrek 3, and the fact that I played the Nintendo DS game Shrek 3 until it crashed. I played it so much. It was a side scroller where you could be Donkey, Shrek, or Arthur, and you had to fight the trees, fight the witches, and you could like control the dragon. They all had like special abilities. Like Arthur's special ability was like a bow and arrow. Shrek's special ability was like he could like slam or whatever. And Donkey's special ability was he could like summon dragon and do like a carpet bomb flame fire, right?
Yeah.
And I played that game until it crashed. I think I played through it like 3-4 times just because I knew how to play it, and I was like, I'm not saying I knew how to play it, but I worked out such a thick meta for the levels. Like, okay, this level is where you jump over here and you jump over down here and you jump down there and you kneel and you shoot that thing, and it was very like I knew exactly what to do, so I just do it, and I got my kicks out of that. But there was also a 3DS game called Ogres and Dronkeys,
Right.
where it's sort of like where it's kind of like a baby simulator,
Right.
where you have baby ogres and baby dronkeys, and you have to like it's like a virtual pet kind of thing,
Yeah.
and you have to take care of a donkey or a ogre.
Right. Okay. I managed to find a picture of Shrek 3 chess. So.
Right.
Yeah, donkeys are pawns, dragon's castle, donkey and Puss in Boots are the knight, Shrek, Fiona are the queens, and then you have the trees are the pawns for the bad guys, you have Rapunzel and Prince Charming as king and queen, Captain Hook is your castle,
Yeah.
your bishop, Arthur's a bishop for the guys, for the bishop for the evil people, it's the headless horseman.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I remember. Yeah.
I believe that's like a witch, but is the bishop for the evil people. The evil people are the whites, and Shrek is the blacks, if you're wondering.
Okay.
Or in this case, Shrek is dark brown, and the bad guys are orange.
Okay. The infamous chess combination.
I used to play this a lot because I like chess, and that's the only chessboard we have. And I remember specifically in the instructions, you have to say Shrek mate.
Shrek mate.
Yep.
Uh, of course you do. Of course you do. I was going to say, do you remember Shrek Smash and Crash
Yes.
for the Nintendo DS?
Yes.
I remember Shrek Smash and Crash because I was big on the Shrek games as a child, and I had Shrek Smash and Crash. It was a racing game because back then everything had to be a racing game, didn't it?
Yeah.
Back then everything had to be a Mario Kart. So Shrek Smash and Crash, unaffiliated with the DreamWorks racing game, DreamWorks Superstars Karts with
Nice.
a K. Because everything when you put a K on a word, it suddenly becomes cooler. Shrek Smash and Crash was a Nintendo DS release game where I've got the box art here, and it's a sight to behold. To describe it to you, we have Shrek, Donkey, and Puss in Boots. They're all racing on what looks like a grass track. Donkey is racing on Dragon. There's a castle in the background. Puss in Boots has his sword out. He's racing on what I can assume is a bull. And Shrek is racing on what I can only describe as a massive lump of moss.
Yeah, I've just Googled it, and yeah.
With eyes. I don't know if it's some kind of weird ogre abscess or some weird ogre sort of brain, but he's riding on the back of a big ogre
I found
mount.
a game screenshot, and it has ogre ears.
Yes, it does. I see that from the box art.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is either. Is that a thing canon?
Why is it flat?
Why is it flat? I don't know. Let me see if I can find out a bit more.
Figure out what it is.
Oh God, these graphics are exactly as I remember them. Absolute cardboard. Look at that. I can see you can play as. Is that Red Riding Hood? You can play as Puss in Boots, the Three Pigs, Gingerbread Man, and a man in a balaclava.
Yeah. Shrek. There we go. Shrek's car is the Swamp Beast, but Donkey.
Swamp Beast,
but Donkey created by using the fairy godmother's wand on a snail.
Okay.
Shrek's personal item is a giant turkey leg.
Of course it is. I found an image of Shrek wielding his chicken bird.
Nice.
Against. They're riding through the streets so far away, I believe. I've also found maps of like Shrek's swamp, and there's a massive frog.
Yeah.
So this one looks like it's on some kind of ice track or rocky track. So, all right, fair enough. Now let's move on from Shrek.
Yes.
And head on to our weekly rec for this week. Well, actually, no. Let's actually not go on to the weekly rec. Let's actually give Shrek 3 a rating. Why don't we?
Oh yeah.
We do that on this show sometimes. Remember? You go first.
I'm gonna give it. I'm trying to think. Okay, what did I give the other Shreks? I can't actually remember.
I think we rated them quite highly.
I think Shrek 1 got a 7. I think Shrek 2 got an 8.
Yeah. So I think I remember saying that Shrek 2 is probably going to get the best rating.
Yeah, I reckon this is somewhere in between two of them.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go 6.75.
I'll give it a 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. We're always very straight down the line. We're always very similar with these.
Yeah, we are.
I'm waiting for the one time where we have
Complete
polar
opposites.
opposite ratings. So, but that's not today. So there we go. Shrek 3 gets a 6.5 and a 7 in between there for us two. But the real reason many are here are for our tantalising, our electric, our amazing weekly recs. So Corey, lay it on us.
Yeah. Okay. Well, first off, I'm gonna put out. I recommend people play Shrek Smash and Crash. You can probably get it. For about
There
10p.
you go. Yeah.
You can probably get it for around about 10p.
Yeah.
that wasn't
less.
my rec for this week, but I thought I'd mention that now.
Mm-hmm.
If I'll search up how much you can get it for while we're here. My actual rec revolves around kind of similar to what you did last time. Recommending Monte Python, obviously.
Yeah.
Voice acts. I'm going down a similar route. I'm recommending an Eddie Murphy film,
Oh, excellent.
not Coming to America or Coming to America,
Okay, yeah, yeah.
as we've reviewed the second one before.
Mhm.
Instead, I could have done a couple of others as well. You know, could have done Doctor Dolittle, but no, I'm
Mhm.
gonna instead be recommending The Nutty Professor.
Oh, yes. Okay, this is a classic Eddie Murphy here.
It is. It's one of the first ones of his that I watched. Obviously, doesn't get as mentioned as much as people whenever they mention Eddie Murphy.
Mm.
You get your Shrek, you get your Coming to America, you get your Doctor Dolittle, or that
Yeah.
what was that one Disney thing he did where like his wife's not alive anymore? The Haunted Mansion, is that what it's called?
Yes, yes, I remember that. Oh, Terrence Stamp was in that.
It's- you get that one as well, which I don't
Yeah.
mind. But I quite enjoy Nutty Professor because he plays literally everyone essentially.
He does. He does. He's a famous. He did that in Coming to America. He's
Yeah,
famous for him and for multi-rolling, as they say.
like there's loads of family scenes where they have to just keep doing close-ups because he plays the whole family.
Yeah, yeah. And he's in different makeup and.
Yeah.
Mm.
But brief synopsis: Nutty Professor is a professor.
Right.
Likes this woman, but he's like, oh, I'm not attractive enough for her because he's quite a big lad, right?
Yes,
And
yes.
so he uses his science to make this
His,
potion that turns him into this like slim, athletic Eddie Murphy with all this charisma.
yeah, yeah.
And eventually, like that version of him, he has to like fight himself. It's this really weird thing. Essentially, the whole plot is just love who you are in this really weird way. And they've got like his whole family who like make farting noises. It's very weird, but it somehow works.
Right. Okay.
And
Well.
yeah, I quite like it.
Okay. Real rating?
7 out of 10.
Ah. So the nutty professor indeed gets. What's the year for that? Do you?
The Nutty Professor, I can find out for you.
Oh.
1996.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, the nutty professor 1996 indeed. So it's a goodbye from me. Goodbye. And a goodbye from Corey.
Goodbye.